What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back with another video on the channel. And today we have KFC. It is basically, I went here for this box. KFC dropped some hot and spicy wings. There were a lot of people that were mentioning it in the comments of yesterday's video, but by the time I saw it, I had already recorded the video from yesterday. So we did get them today. It is an 8-piece. It costs $5.99, which I'm one of those people that I am constantly calling out restaurants for overcharging for things, but $5.99 for an 8-piece really isn't that bad at all. Oh, okay. So let's open this bad boy up and see what's going on. I'm not going to hold y'all, man. Let's just take a look at these. And I did also get what you see underneath here. I'll talk about that in a second. Y'all see it, man. It's the box. I don't even know how that just worked. Here, we'll just put you down in the bag. So these are the hot and spicy wings, right? They're breaded, and they remind me of Popeye's ghost pepper wings, so I guess that would be a relative comparison. You guys know I've done a bunch of Popeye's video, so we'll try those in a second. I also wanted to, because I went to a different location. I'm big on fast food locations making a difference as far as your quality of food and what comes out. I tried this $20 fill-up box from one location. I got it from this one this time just to see if there was a difference. So for people unfamiliar with this box, let me show you. This is my first time. Look, I just ripped this seal off because it had like information on there. So anytime you see that seal ripped, that's why. This does look more put together, and it's actually backwards from the box that I got last time, which is weird. Last time my nuggets were in the back, and this time they're in the front, so everything is just flipped. We got the 4-piece biscuits. You get 4, a choice of original or extra crispy chicken, and then you get 4 sauces in order of, I believe, it's either 10 or 12 nuggets, and then in order of fries. There is no changing this box whatsoever. One of the things that I did have an issue with the first time. The last time I got it, there was none of this paper that you see in here as well, so everything was just soaking up greasy cardboard. So there is a difference already. This is why I like to do those things and try different stuff at different restaurants. And then last, I didn't know this existed. Y'all can let me know if y'all knew, but I had no idea. Did y'all know this was a thing at KFC? they got a drink bucket. Now you can get any drink in there, and I saw him doing this when I ordered it. They take the fountain, they open this up, and they take the fountain out. And they fill it up. Not to the tippy tip, because if you did, I'm not gonna lie, this dropped in the car, and I thought it was gonna like all over the place. It didn't, which is good. But I got Diet Mid in here, aka Diet Pepsi. Pepsi is the official partner with KFC, so you're not gonna get any products that are Coca-Cola, which it is what it is. So I got some Diet Mid, is what I call it. If you like Pepsi, hey man, I don't dislike it. I just think it's mid compared to Coke, zero sugar, or Coca-Cola beverages. So we got that. We got these hot and spicy wings. They didn't give me my sauce, which came with the wings, but so I'm lucky I got this box because I wanted Buffalo Ranch to try with them. Normally it comes with classic ranch unless you switch it. But without further ado, there's minimal editing right here. Let's get into this video. Let's switch this. Actually, I'm right-handed here. Let's just put that right there. This box don't seem like it's taking up a lot of room. So let's try this, man. Let's get the hot and spicy wings. There's the 8-piece. Let's just take one out and get into this. You can see the breading and everything on here, so I'm guessing the spice comes underneath the wings. Seems like extra crispy skin, which I like. So let's give this a shot with no sauce on the first bite. Yep, you can see it right away. Always my disclaimer. If I show you a bitten chicken wing, there's a reason. You can see the hot and spicy, it's underneath. So whatever they're putting on there, they're breading it afterward. You know what's crazy? These almost seem spicier than the Popeye's ghost pepper wings. See how branding just can change how you think of certain stuff? Let me get one more. And let's go in some sauce after this too. So let's get the Buffalo Ranch out. Here, let's keep the box intact. Let's get the Buffalo Ranch out. Let's go in here. All right, so we've got some Buffalo Ranch. They're not bad. The wings I got were fresh. Their version of fresh. I'm a KFC employee. It's cool. You get what I'm saying. They weren't sitting in the heat lamp. There you go. The spice level for these is good, and the skin is crispy. Are these better than Popeye's ghost pepper wings? No. The messed up part is complete transparency. They could be if they wanted to. I have a gripe with KFC as far as their execution on their chicken. And I like KFC. Their chicken. I never understood why KFC has extra crispy that doesn't taste like their original seasoning, the 11. For some reason, extra crispy has a different taste. And here's where again, this is all personal taste buds, get messed up about it. The original, I love the taste of that, the skin on the chicken, their seasoning. But I don't like the skin texture. I think it's soggy. I like this texture, but I don't like the taste particular as much. But I'm bigger on texture over the spice blend if I had to pick between the two. Great pieces of chicken, in my opinion, have both. So I don't know why they need to make it so this tastes or it has the same, like, distinct 11 blend taste, and I really think it would pop. But I run into that with this. I like the spice level on this, and I like the texture, but it's missing that little bit of something extra that, in my opinion, Popeyes has on their chicken. I give Popeyes the slight edge on these, but I like the price point on this, and I like from a fast food standpoint, you can just grab you an 8-piece for like $5 or $6, and that accessibility factor. Fast food scale, I'll give you like an 8.3. Would eat again. I gotta say it again. Let me finish chewing, because KFC, y'all need to hear this. Let me take a sip. Y'all need to... I think y'all right. I think I need to make t-shirts that say this. Hold on a second while I somehow try to drink out of this Viking horn. Refreshingly good. Look at that. I like the idea on that, though. This is $5, by the way. I don't think I said that. Keep them on the menu. I don't like when y'all do this. Okay? First of all, the wings at KFC were the best things that y'all had. I'm talking since like 2004 when y'all had the little hot and spicy, the 20-piece. Can y'all bring that back too? Because let me tell you, if y'all bring back the hot and spicy or the Nashville wings with an order of the wedges, I'm going to be right back with y'all. Like, whew, let me tell you, that's where it's at for me. But they got a combo meal of this, which is like $9, right? And you get this with the fries and a drink. Like, I'm cool with that. Like a little sauce, you dip your... That's a meal for me. That's a good... I think that's competitively priced, and it's something that I would order. So please, go ahead, keep it on the menu. Stop getting rid of the wings. And one more thing before I go. Can y'all stop doing things? I'm sorry. This is my KFC rant, and I'm done. Because I still like y'all. Stop doing away with things that people like at your restaurant. You have what I call Taco Bell syndrome, which is ironic because you're owned by the same umbrella. Like, whenever people like stuff, y'all like, nah, I don't want that. Here, try this instead. I don't know why y'all do that. But are these worth the shot to try? Yes, absolutely. And I do think that there's a lot of people that may like these more than the other. I gave you my reasons why so that you could try to make your own decision. But I urge people, man, if you like it, $6 really ain't that bad. Go ahead and give it a shot. But let's move on to the part 2 of the chicken $20 fill-up box. I got this from a different location again, so I wanted to try it again. And just the quick rundown. I know I repeat myself, but I feel like some people don't hear me the first time. It's a thing. I be trying to just like cover my bases. So we got 4 biscuits, right? Matter of fact, let's start from the bottom. All right, hold on. See, I gotta try to tell it straight like a John Madden kind of thing. Rest in peace to the legend. So we got about 12 nuggets, an order of fries, 4 sauces, which I already used one on the nuggets, but you can pick any of their sauces. So you can have honey mustard or whatever. KFC sauce, honey barbecue classic ranch, and the buffalo. Then we have 4 pieces of chicken, extra crispy, and as I like to say, 4 biscuits, extra mid. And that's what's on here. I just wanted to see if the quality was still there. This is my 3rd time trying these nuggets, and they've gotten better each time. So let's see what happens with part 3 of the nugget extravaganza. Like, they don't move me, you know? But they are better than the first time I had them still. They're still upper mid for me, which I just wish they'd let you change this. I really do. I really do. They don't let you change anything. The only thing you can change in here is the sauces. And you can change the type of chicken. But I wish they let you change the sides that you get. just personally. The fries to me, I've always been. This is more of like a personal vendetta because I really like their wedges. I do like their fries though. I don't think they're bad. They're the same fries that you get with Taco Bell's nacho fries and Pizza Hut's regular lemon pepper and other flavors of fries. Yes, I understand they're all owned by the same parent company. So that's why they are the same types. But they're always crispy. They're always seasoned decently. If they didn't just tease me with these wedges, I really love these. Just being real. As I said before, with this, this is way better than the other location. Way better. I just don't know why, as I said before, the 11 spices, they don't pop like they do on the OG. But I love the texture on this. You know? Like the crunchy, the juiciness of the chicken, I just prefer. It's like I can't win with KFC. Well, if they can figure something out, I'll be much obliged. And I'm going to do this for y'all because last time I ate the biscuits and everybody was commenting, why not eat the biscuits? They're back here. I just don't like these. But I'm going to do something. Okay? Look, there's nothing that tastes like anything about these biscuits. They just taste like bread to me. Now, I understand you can put jelly or honey or whatever on this, but it just don't move me. And I've tried a lot of different stuff over the years, but I'm talking even since childhood. KFC was better in the 90s, though. It was. No, I didn't. Y'all ever do that? I'm not going to edit that. I make mistakes and I look stupid all the time. And I'm okay with that. All right, but I'm going to go in with the jelly. And we're going to see if we can do something with this. What you're seeing right now is the face of somebody who just had my first edible KFC's biscuit. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that was S tier. But that was a biscuit I would have eaten. Why don't you put anything on these biscuits in the first place, bro? They just cook them. Like, I've always been okay if you dip them in honey, like they're still bad. But with the chicken, kind of like did something there. It kind of did something. Like, that I was okay with. That's the first time that I'm like, wow, I would eat this biscuit. You know? The best KFC biscuit I ever had until today. Literally. I got one damn packet of was probably like a 5.5. That's a solid 6.8. That was good, pretty good biscuit. It was decent, you know? Hard carried by the jelly, though. So, if my KFC came like this every time, the $20 would be a lot more worth it. But the last thing I'll say for people who didn't see my other video on this, I do not understand. It's got to come with a drink. It don't even cost much. I know this is $5. Like, it doesn't. I feel like you're still gonna make a profit if you give people a fountain drink. So let people get a drink with this, and you really got something going with it. Because this can feed multiple people. At least one drink, something. You know. Anyway, that's that. But I want to talk about something. Well, before I get out of here, because I know everybody's probably been spamming my post today about it. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, I said I hope they don't lose by 25 or something. I forgot what the exact number was. And they lost by 40, so I was wrong with that. I kind of knew they was going to lose. Like, anybody who watches any content I talk about when I talk about the Giants, I've been saying over the last few years, I know they're getting better, but I don't think they're like a good team. And I don't root for the Cowboys, but I'm a pragmatic fan, meaning I give credit where it's due. The Cowboys have a really, really talented football team. On paper, they're light years ahead of the Giants. It's not even close. I don't think there's a position that the Giants have better than Dallas. Anybody who can't objectively say that, to me, you're just talking with passion. So, in order for a team like the Giants, last year they did this a lot. To beat a team as good as Dallas, or really any team when you're the Giants, because the Giants don't have a great roster. You can't make mistakes, for starters. They made a ton of them. Right? They drove down the field in the first drive of the game. False start. Botch snap. Blocked field goal. When I saw that, I said, oh no. I had a feeling it was going to get out of hand. And it did. So, that's strike one. Again, anybody who's played football at a high level, if you listen to any of those coaches talk, they all say the same stuff. They all preach the same stuff. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. You can't turn the ball over against a team that's better than you. You have zero chance, let alone a chance. So, that was strike one. Strike two, coaches were outclassed. I'll get to the players. We'll get there. The Giants coaching staff, which I really, really like. Again, I'm talking objectively. I'm not one of them people like, oh, the Giants stink. From an X's and O's standpoint, what I saw. The Giants coaching staff made no adjustments. First drive of the game, which is what I knew the Giants off-season, what I saw in preseason they were going to do, is use Jones's legs to help them mitigate the fact that their offensive line really isn't that great. So, first drive, a lot of rollouts, bootlegs, design quarterback runs. They tried it. Once the Cowboys adjusted to that, the Giants had zero answers for it. They had no plan B. On the first drive, they were crashing down hard on Barkley, so they told the backside rusher, I know somebody's going to say pause to that, the guy that's coming from the opposite end of where the run is going. So if I'm running to the left, the end on the right side, that's pursuing. Went straight at Jones after that for the rest of the game. So they took that out of the game plan. They had no other answer for it. And what it did was it forced Jones to stay in the pocket. Part two off of that is anybody with a half of a brain would have known that the Cowboys absolutely abused Evan Neal last year. Go back to the game film from last year. They made him look like a junior varsity player. So you had to have known from in the beginning of their game plan that they were going to put Parsons on that side, which they did the entire game. And he looked like, again, I mean, I don't know if they were saying, okay, maybe he got better this year, but clearly it didn't happen because he got abused again. I almost felt bad for Daniel Jones. And I've always said that it's almost impossible to play quarterback when you have no time to throw the ball. I looked at the stats today because I was like, was it that bad? Daniel Jones was pressured, meaning there was someone in his face that forced him to either take off or throw the ball quickly, which they call hurries. 75% of snaps yesterday. That is the highest I have ever seen in any game that I've played or watched in my entire life. I'm not exaggerating. That's insane. You'll never win a game like that. Turning the ball over and getting a pick six. The first one wasn't Jones' fault. Right? Barkley didn't secure the ball. He got hit. Ball pops up. Guy gets a pick six. So before the Cowboys offense even comes on the field, you're down by 2 touchdowns. The Giants are not a team built to play from behind. Because with a pass rush as good as the Cowboys have, which is one of the best in the NFL, has been for a while, you're screwed. It put them into just, it was literally the worst possible thing that I could have seen happen from a football standpoint. Being completely objective again, it's as bad as it gets. Do I think the Giants are as bad as that 40-0 yesterday? No, I don't. Do I think the Cowboys are as good as that 40-0 yesterday? No, I don't. Do I think the Cowboys are better than the Giants? They've won the last 11 games they played. Yes. I think that as time goes on, the Cowboys are going to have a good record this year. They usually do. Do I think they won a Super Bowl? Probably not. They haven't in a long time, until they show otherwise. But that's why it got out of hand that badly. The Cowboys offense really didn't even get a chance to show anything because they were playing with short fields almost the entire game. You can't do that against a team that good. But as most good teams do, opportunistic defenses like Dallas, they're going to embarrass you, and they did. So if I'm the Giants, you got to watch the film, you got to have a short memory, and you got to have a short turnaround to get back on track. I know people live by the quote that a win is a win, but a loss is also a loss. What I mean when I say that is, when I played football, my team went to the national championship. That same year, we got embarrassed by a team. We lost 38-3. It was embarrassing. We couldn't do anything. Defensively, we couldn't do... They threw the ball to one guy. He had 270 yards receiving. I swear to you. And we couldn't do anything. It was embarrassing. It's what you do after that. Because what we felt like going into film the next day and into the next week's game was that's not us. That's not who we are. I heard Daniel Jones say the same thing. So you gotta be able to prove that though. And it's a long season. It's 1 week. I know people are already gonna write Cowboys Super Bowl chance, Giants L. That's just not how it works. Case in point, Joe Burrow threw for like 80 yards yesterday. Is he an 80 yards thrower? No. So long season. We'll see what happens. But that was as embarrassing as it gets. And if I play for the Giants right now, I'm embarrassed. Because you're a walking meme for a week. The only thing that's going to get that out is by winning. If the Giants go out next week and they beat the Cardinals by 30, they won't. But if they did, no one's going to care. If the Cowboys go out next week and get smacked, no one's going to care. But this week, you got to read everything about you publicity-wise. I remember this happening in a personal level, bro. When we got smacked, I had no choice, bro. I was reading message boards, like the little, I got the little message boards in the communities and stuff y'all have in the comment sections. I was reading them. So, that's that. I never thought the Giants were going to be a great team this year. I was hoping for like a 500 season. Do I still think that's possible? It's going to be tough with their schedule, which I always said. But that's realistic to me. I'm not an idiot fan. Cowboys, to me, as talented as you are, if you don't make the NFC Championship, the year is a wash. If you don't make a Super Bowl, the year is a wash. You're too good of a team to not win. That team has been loaded for like 6 years, and you haven't won anything. And I know the fans feel the same way. Like, I'm not saying this to make fun of nobody. I'm just being realistic. If I'm a Cowboys fan, that team is good enough to get to a Super Bowl. There's no way that you shouldn't have been to one already. But this is, again, me being objective. The Dallas Cowboys always find a way to lose, to beat themselves in games that matter in the playoffs. And if people think that I'm just saying this stuff, I have defended Dak Prescott more than his own fans have. I don't think he sucks. And I don't think he's the reason that you don't win anything. Your whole team is the whole reason that you don't win anything. It's not just him. He's a part of the problem, but he ain't the problem. That's the truth. Y'all got one of the best rosters in football. The problem is, there's two other teams, one of which is in your very division, that also has one of the best rosters in football. But if I'm looking at top to bottom rosters in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys are easily in the top 5. Off the top of my head, they might be second or third. Arguably, I don't think Kansas City has a better roster than them. I saw that roster last week. It's not this year. I think Philly has probably the best roster, most complete, loaded, and San Francisco's roster is nuts. After that, they're arguably in that whole section. That's an opinion. It's not a fact. You can go person to person, but that's how I feel. But I'm not the type of fan that like gets angry and all that other stuff. Like when people are like, oh, what happened? Like I watch games differently because I feel like I'm analyzing games. So I come from a different approach. Again, do I think that the Giants should be embarrassed? Hell yeah. From a player on that team, I'm embarrassed. But it's a long season. And just like a win is a win, a loss is a loss. Whether you lost by 1 or 40, it counts as a loss. It doesn't mean anything else. You got to have a short memory and get rid of it. And I've personally done that as a player. I've gone through embarrassing and had to come back. That year we lost 38-3. That was our 3rd loss of the season. It's a true story. We didn't lose another game until national championship. We won every single game from there on out. Am I saying the Giants are going to do that? No. I'm saying you don't have to let that define you. We were one of the best teams in the country that year, and we weren't playing like it. And to me, the Giants are not. They're not a great team, but they ain't that bad. Not 40-0. That's embarrassing. Like, you couldn't get a point, bro. It's embarrassing. But that's my take on it. That's my sports take. Again, I tend to speak objectively when it comes to sports. I'm not a passion sports fan. I told y'all I was at the sports bar with my friends at the Bachelor thing that we had, and there was a dude just screaming at the TV, and I was like, bro, that's crazy. That's passion, bro. I can't do that. You know? I've never been that type of dude. And again, as a Giants fan, 2 Super Bowls. As a Chelsea supporter, 2 Champions Leagues. This is my life. As a Yankees fan, I got 5. Celtics fan, I got 1. So even when my team is winning, I don't be screaming like that. I never did. I just feel like people do need to give Daniel Jones more credit. That what you saw yesterday, there ain't a quarterback in the league that would have withstood that. That's not even fair, bro. He was getting to the top of a 3-step drop, and he had 2 people in his face the whole game. It's crazy. Again, I don't think he's the best, but that's inexcusably bad. If I'm an offensive lineman on that team, bro, I'm walking in the locker room after watching that film, my bad, bro. Because they should have taken him out yesterday. I thought he was going to get hurt. That was messed up. Man. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I know a lot of people probably asking. A lot of y'all watch football because I'm sure my comments are flooded right now. I haven't looked at them yet. But I love y'all, man. If y'all want to talk more about this stuff, hop in the stream. I'm going to try to start streaming more. I've only gotten to stream 3 times a week for like the last month because I've been doing a lot of renovation. But I'm going to try to stream more now that it's the season. I know everybody want to talk about this stuff, and people want to dance on the Giants' grave. So I love y'all, man. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.